According to the passage, what is the consequence for breaking the covenant this congregation has formed with God and giving in to worldly temptations? They will be forgiven without fail. They will be sentenced to 3 years of repentance. They will encounter the angry wrath of God, or they will be reborn to start again. What is the best way to describe Winthrop's style of writing? Fictional, matter of fact, drama, or poetic? When Winthrop advises his listeners to follow the example of Micah, he is drawing an allusion to the Bible, joking around, pointing to a congregation member, or condemning someone named Micah. When Winthrop says to avoid this shipwreck at the beginning of the second paragraph, he is employing which literary element? Archaic terms, allusion, plain style, or figure of speech? What must the congregation do in order to keep their covenant and avoid angering God? Stay knit together as a community, pray incessantly, convert to Puritanism, or become an American. From the context of this passage, Winthrop's God is characterized as vengeful and unforgiving, caring unless angered by sinners, non-existent, or loving and overly forgiving. From the context of this passage, what is clear about the Puritans in Winthrop's congregation? They are indifferent to Christianity, the Puritan way of life, and the new opportunities in New England. They are all sinners who have yet to discover Christianity. They are believers who need to organize a community of Puritans to survive their new life in England, or they are believers who wish to return to England and convert non-believers. After reading the passage, what is clear about the community Winthrop would like to organize? It should be a community where all members get along and work together to keep their covenant with God. It should be an isolated community where the individual fends for itself. It should be a community where work is a symbol of lower class and is not valued. Or it should be a community where the individual focuses only on praying, working for God, and avoiding hell. It is clear that Winthrop believes what about how his congregation should interact with God? They should communicate with God through him, the author. They will have a personal relationship where God lives among them. They will have an isolated interaction where God rules above them. Or they will have a restricted interaction where they can only communicate with God if they avoid sin altogether. Winthrop's city upon a hill is a figure of speech that says, their colony will be literally built on top of a hill in order to look out for arriving ships from England. Their colony will be an example of good Christianity for everyone else to imitate. Their colony will end its fate in heaven if they are good, or their colony looks up to the hill as motivation to become better Christians.